Excuse me. What's going on, everybody? This is Manuel here. Again, I am making a video showing all of my knives that I currently have. All of my cutting tools. In no order whatsoever, kind of, I guess. First, I guess I'll start off with this right here, which is my CRKT Crawford and Casper. I've had this since, I want to say, it was either late 03 or early 04 when I bought this. Excuse me. I've carried this pretty much every day since then. This has been up until when I bought the Skyline. This is what I carried every day. Excuse me. I want to say I probably paid about $35 for this in said 0304. It was razor sharp out of the box when I got it. I remember I was able to shave my arm with it. It was dull forever, and then earlier this year I finally, after all these years, finally bought a sharpening kit. I got the Lansky Deluxe kit, and I was finally able to sharpen this up. It is, right now it's not sharp, I can tell you that. This edge is pretty much beat up. But I'm getting better at sharpening. I'm not an expert at all whatsoever. But I said I'm getting better. I've done a couple of buddies' knives and got some really good results out of them. One of them was a Spyderco. I don't remember which knife it was. For some reason I want to say Tenacious. I don't remember if it was a Tenacious or not, but I sharpened his blade, and he used it for cutting carpet to install in his station wagon. He has a Caprice wagon that he's bagging out and everything. But anyhow, he used it for that. I brought the edge back for him using the Lansky Deluxe system. Anyways, back to my CRKT right here. This has been a decent knife, real good knife. I said I'm no expert, but I know everyone talks about on the internet about wobble here, jiggle there. This has got none of that anywhere. If anything, there's the wiggle and jiggle right there. Freaking pocket clip. That's the only place this thing has it. So there's a CRKT Crawford Casper. It's been a good knife, but the only thing is, since I don't know how much it weighs, I don't know any specs, none of that crap, but since I am used to carrying this, when I finally bought this Kershaw Skyline, this thing feels like a toy. It feels like something that, I don't know, I paid about, I want to say $35, $36, $37 for this as well. And everyone rants, raves, oh, it's so light, this and that. Oh, well, after I got it in my hand, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I mean, it's neat, I guess. I mean, it has a sharp edge. It came pretty sharp out of the box. I haven't done anything to the edge. I might try to see if I can polish it up. I just recently bought myself a set of leather belt from Hobby Lobby and some freaking green rouge. I don't know. I said everybody talks about it, how it's the greatest thing in the world because of how much it costs and what you get for it. But you know what? To me, I almost want to say, if I were to try, I mean, I'm not going to, because I'm not going to grab this blade in my freaking hand, but I almost want to say I could break this thing. partially due to the liner only being on one side. I mean, that's what makes it so light also, is the liner only being on one side. But I mean, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's not as great. To me, it's not as great as everyone made it sound. If I had to do it again, would I spend the $35 on this? Hell no. I could have spent it on something else. You know. Again, not that it's a bad knife. It's not. And I'm no expert to say whether it is or isn't. But does it satisfy me that I spent $35 on this? No. You know, said it could have been spent somewhere else. Then there's this knife right here. This is my other Kershaw. I bought this. I want to say I bought this early 03, mid 03. I want to say I was overseas when I ordered this. I ordered this through a catalog. It's a Kershaw. See if you can see it. Anyhow, who gives a damn? It's a Kershaw Wildcat Ridge. Wildcat Ridge, there you go. It's made in Japan. Looks like, again, I don't know any of the specs on this. I'm pretty darn sure it's a freaking Buck knockoff. You know, the old school Buck lockback knives. This, when I do remember for a fact too, this, when it came out of the package, it was razor sharp. I could shave my arm with it. I have never touched this thing on anything whatsoever. In fact, I hardly ever use it. When I was in the Marine Corps, because it came with a black pouch, I had this mounted on my flak jacket. You know, as a backup utility knife. You know, open MREs, cut wires, you know, whatever, doesn't matter. That's what I use it for. And see if you can tell, I broke the tip off. More than likely using it for what it was not designed or intended for. But said I have very little use with this. Said it was always pretty much just a backup. I've never carried this as an EDC, nothing like that. But it's still, I mean, it's still brand new. It's still super tight. You know, so I've never touched the edge on it whatsoever. Doesn't feel super sharp like I remember it being. Let's see. My arm's pretty much bald already. And yeah. I don't know if you can tell. But yeah, I just shaved my arm. So it held its edge for, you know, 10 years. And of course, I mean, I never did any extensive cutting with it. I mean, I hardly ever did any cutting with it. It was, like I said, a backup. Just a backup. But I said I've had it for 10, 11 years, something like that. You know. Anyhow, so that is my first Kershaw I ever bought. This is my second Kershaw I ever bought. And then again, I haven't bought another pocket knife since I bought that in 03, 04. Alright. Now on to my latest and greatest pocket knife. My birthday just passed not too long ago. Turned 30 years old. And I don't know if you guys remember, but my wife bought me this right here. The SOG. What the hell is it called? Freaking Trident? Yeah. SOG Trident, right? And no, SOG Ops. I'm sorry. SOG Ops. That's what this is called. She bought me that. And then, say a week later, she got me this. This is the, god dang, Benchmade Torrent. Benchmade Torrent. This, I love this. This is, I mean, I've got fucking, sorry, excuse me, 4 pocket knives, you know, 3, I mean 1 for the past 10 years, whatever, you know, this is by far the highest quality pocket knife probably I've ever handled. I mean, I've seen people with zero tolerances and microtechs and stuff, but I mean, I've never owned none of that stuff. I don't know if I ever will. This Benchmade is seriously, I mean, I think these run for 140, 150, something like that. This is, to me, I mean, this is badass. I love this knife. You see the scales on this thing are, I want to say, micarta, I believe. Look at that pattern. Awesome. I love this clip. By the way, the clip on this freaking sucks. Doesn't matter what shorts, pants, anything I wear. I mean, I've got to pull it up to get it on. And when I pull it out, it's tight as hell. This right here, I don't know. It's just, I mean, this is an awesome little pocket clip. Goes in easy, holds my knife, comes out easy, deploys beautifully. I love this knife. This is, like I said, if you're into carrying zero tolerance, microtech, Zabenzas, all that stuff, you know, good for you. This right here to me is badass. You know, this is the most expensive knife that I own. Most expensive pocket knife that I own. Said it was a gift from my wife for my birthday, and I love it. This is, I mean, I love this knife. The weight is not as heavy as my CRKT, not nearly as light as the Skyline, but to me it still has a good weight to it. I love it. I have seen a review about, oh, you know, there's no traction on it. Oh freaking well. I'm not using it to perform surgery. I'm not using it to freaking gut a pig. I'm not using it, you know, my hands all oily, greasy, none of that. To me, this is, I mean, of course, if the situation ever arose, this will be in my pocket and I'll have to use it for something like that. But I use it for cutting tape on boxes, cutting paper, you know, stuff like that. You know, I love this thing. This thing does everything that I need it to, and I'm sure it'll do a whole lot more than that. I love this thing. This is freaking badass. I'm sure a lot of you people know a lot more about this knife than I do. In the back it says something about Steigerwalt design. I don't know who that is. The steel and all that. I don't know. I didn't look up the specs. Probably should have for this collection video. But you know what? It's not a review. It's just a collection video. So I can't talk enough about this thing. Just purely on how badass I think it is. I love this knife. It is awesome. To my wife, thank you so much for getting this for me. I love you a lot. I wouldn't have thought that this would have been something on your mind, you know, to get me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, baby. I love you a lot. Anyhow, back to the video. Yeah, this is my everyday carry knife. You know, the only reason why it's not in my pocket right now is because it's in the video. Going back in my pocket. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. So enough for the folders. Now let's get on to my fixed blades. All right. Okay. Starting with this right here. I have done a video about this knife once in the past. This right here is my first, I can't say first, my very first, okay, let's go back. My very first fixed blade knife was a USMC K-bar. Okay, I bought it when I first got in the Marine Corps. I use that thing for everything. I beat the hell out of that thing. Misused it, abused it. It held up to everything I threw at it, except for one day. I had a vehicle, had a bolt stuck in the tire. Uh, I didn't have anything on me at the moment, so I pulled out my trusty old key bar, started prying. I got the bolt out, but I also broke off probably a good half to 3/4 of an inch off the tip of my freaking knife. Uh, I was all pissed off about it, pissed at myself about it. But you know what? I had a job to do, had to get it done. Got the tire repaired, and well, a buddy of mine, I came a point in time where I was real low on money. Um, you know, I was always going out partying all the time, having a good time, and well, a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, I'll buy that knife off you." So I was like, "Sure, why not?" I don't remember how much I sold it for. It was probably sold it for a ridiculously low price. I mean, they go for 60, 80 bucks, you know, 50 bucks, depending on where you are, I guess. I probably sold it for 20, 30 bucks, something like that. Anyhow, that was my first fixed blade. My second fixed blade knife I ever bought was this here. Okay. I bought this '03. I want to say late '03. No, take that back. I'm sorry. I bought this early '04. This knife right here is, like I said before, made by Muela and Ruko. Now, I don't know for sure, but I know Muela is supposed to be badass. I mean, super badass. What I think is that Muela has Ruko make some knives with their name on it, and you're buying a knife that you think is made by Muela, but it's actually made by Ruko, and it's not the same quality as Muela. But it's still a badass knife. This is one of my favorite knives. I've always loved this knife. I've had people offer to buy it off me, which, sorry about that. Of course, I've never sold it. I love this knife. I love the way it feels in my hand, either hand. You know, of course, this one could use a little sharpening, probably. But reason why I haven't sharpened this one yet, put it on any sharpening system, is I'm afraid to mess it up. I'm not that good yet, and I'm afraid to jack it up. Will I jack it up? Probably not, but I'm afraid that I might. Probably no more than me freaking, I don't know, cutting wood with it, but I don't mind doing that crap, do I? This came with, I mean, fairly decent leather sheath. You know, has the Muela stag, you know, pressed into the leather. Decent sheath. Oh dang! I just realized that. How long has that been there? One of the rivets looks like it came through. Huh. Good luck trying to say it's a badass, well-made sheath, huh? Also, too, I did notice. I mean, I noticed this a long time ago, but the point of the blade looks like it's wore itself through. And this is just from me shoving this in my pack, you know, shoving this wherever. I mean, this is my fault right here. But here's my Ruko Muela tag team freaking production knife right here. And I've got a bunch of freaking scratches on there because once upon a time, a long time ago, I used it to cut some ribs, pork ribs, and when I went to go wash my knife, I went and grabbed the green freaking scrub pad and scratched it up. Now I could probably polish it out, but I just haven't yet. Anyhow, okay, onward. Next will be, again, you guys just seen this not too long ago, if you watched the video, that is. SOG Ops. This is the knife that my wife bought me for my birthday also, like I said. I saw this knife and I had to have it. I was going to buy it regardless, but my wife said, hey, you know what? I'll get it for your birthday. Don't worry about it. Here you go. And she bought it for me. This knife is, I know I keep on saying all these knives are badass, but, excuse me, if they weren't badass, I wouldn't have bought them, would I? Anyhow, this thing, sharp as hell. I'm not so sure how I would sharpen this when I need to on the Lansky system. No idea how. I mean, it's a hollow grind, feels like hollow grind recurve with a pretty big swedge. I don't know how to sharpen that. I mean, mainly the thing that's make it hard to sharpen is recurve. Do you sharpen the same way? I mean, can you sharpen it just like I would this knife? If somebody knows, please let me know. Because eventually I'm going to need to sharpen it. Anyhow, very light, very well balanced. Comes with a very nice Kydex sheath. It's reversible. Take this off, 4 nuts, flip it around, take these Allen keys out, bolt it back up. You got yourself a reversed sheath for left-handers, or just want to carry it in a different position. The only thing is, it doesn't say SOG Specialty Knives and Tools on the other side. That's it. Other than that, oh yeah, I feel that it's locked up securely enough to not have to use that. But anyhow, this is just a badass freaking fixed blade knife. It's a sticker. Anyhow, there's that. The SOG Ops. Get one. Alright. Now onto onto this knife right here. This is the K-Bar Baconmaker. Yeah. This is badass. This is the Baconmaker. My buddy Miguel got this for me for my birthday last year. And I want to say I do have a video briefly showing it off. Hey, check it out. This is what I got for my birthday. This is one freaking hunk of steel right here. Big freaking recurve blade. Yeah, check that out. They're not too far off from each other, I guess. This is one freaking hunk of steel. Super badass. I've taken it with me hog hunting twice. No luck. Didn't kill anything. So of course this didn't see any blood. Not yet. Not yet. Soon to be though. Soon to be. Like I said, I don't have any specs on any of these knives right now, okay? So I'm just showing the collection. I know it's supposed to be, this is a Johnson Adventure blade. He's got several of them out. So this one is the Baconmaker, and the other one, as far as I know, is the Potbelly, which is a pretty cool knife too. It's actually probably more of a utilitarian, more useful knife than this. But this looks more badass. Besides, when the zombies come, this will intimidate them. Alright? So there is the Baconmaker. Very nice. And along with the Baconmaker came this right here, the Piggyback, which also says Jab on it. K-bar. Jab is Johnson Adventure Blades. This right here, it's actually very, very useful. I've seen reviews on this thing alone. The last time I went, actually not the last time, but the time before last that I went hunting, I used this for pretty much a lot of my food prep. It was real easy, you know, chopping crap up, getting ready to eat. You know, this is pretty neat. You know, this is when I do go. This is probably actually the knife that'll do most of the skinning, mainly because of how small it is. Fits in the hand real good, very light. It's got jimping right here as well as up here. You know, in case you need a or bam. I guess, I don't know. But yeah, this is the Piggyback right here. And I want to say if you buy the Pot Belly, you get one of these as well. Those two knives come in this sheath right here. Nylon. The Baconmaker fits in here. It's pretty cool. It has a plastic liner in it so that way you don't cut up the nylon. And then down inside this pocket in here is where the Piggyback goes. Alright, and then you got this pocket so you can put your fire stuff in there. Oh, I forgot to mention, the Piggyback also comes with this little deal right here. You know, just a little sheath, I guess, if you wanted to put some 550 cord, make it turn into a neck knife. Excuse me. Yeah, I forgot that it came with this. Completely forgot. And it locks in there pretty well. You know, it ain't coming out. But yeah, it comes with that also. In fact, when it comes packaged out of the box, that's where it's in. The only thing I did to it was this 550 cord right here, and this freaking that chingadera right there were both super bright orange, and I did not like it, so I took a Sharpie to it. Probably a better way of taking care of that, but that's what I did. Took a Sharpie to it. Alright, now onward. This is my Condor. Come on. There we go. Condor Bushlore. Barely got it. Haven't done anything with it yet. You know, haven't taken it outside, chopped up any wood. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing yet. Excuse me. Just a couple days ago, I did make a video about this knife. And just real quick, showing, you know, that I got it. I mentioned that, excuse me, you know, about people saying that came unfinished, this and that, whatever. Probably what I think some of them meant was, I don't know, maybe it's because there's no stain or nothing like that on the wood. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is, I already forgot what kind of oil it is. Mainly because when I got it, I rubbed it down with some oil, got some Palestol, and I ended up getting some on the wood, and I was like, hey, you know what, that looks really good, darker. So I have some oil that I bought from the hardware store a couple years ago to refinish my Mosin Nagant. I sanded my Mosin Nagant down and rubbed it down with some I can't remember what kind of oil it is anymore, but I rubbed it down with this one oil, and I think I'm gonna put that on here also, which of course I'm probably gonna sand this down a little bit so that way it'll take a little bit better. Anyhow, that's what I'll do, because now that I think about it, with this light color, it looks like a kitchen knife. So I'll not stain it, but I'm gonna, oil it up, which will give it a darker color, and that's about it for that. Like I said previously, this already, I can feel it, wanting to bite into my thumb right now. This is sharp out of the box. It's badass. This is the knife that I will be taking with me this weekend when my son and I go camping. We're gonna go up to the Sequoias, go camping, all day Saturday, overnight, hang out a little bit in the morning, and then come back on Sunday. So anyhow, this is my Condor Bushlore. I think this is badass. And then once again, it has a very, very good, high quality sheath. I like this. This is real nice. Got the Condor pressed into it, or embossed, as some people would say, I guess. Still kind of working on this right here. It's getting better. Yeah, I really like this right here. This is super nice. Especially for, like I said, $35. I could have bought 2 of these and left this where it came from. I said $35 plus or minus freaking $2 or $3. $35. I want to say 36 or 37 actually. I'll take this all day long. This, like I said, if you like these freaking Skylines, I'm sure there's a place for them, but I'm disappointed. Anyhow, Condor Bushlore, badass. So now, here we go. Excuse me real quick. On to the Condor Bush. What the hell was that? My Mora Companion. Sorry about that. Condor Bushlore. My Mora Companion. I did something pretty stupid with this, I guess. The day that I got it, I was all excited. Took it to the kitchen. Pretty hungry. Me and my boy were both real hungry. Like, you know what? I'm going to make a sandwich. Perfect torture test for this, right? Slicing tomatoes. So I went and sliced up the tomatoes, right? Set it down on the counter, made my sandwich, went back, sat down, ate my sandwich. Came back roughly 10 minutes later. And guess what happened? Yeah. Stained it. Both sides. So right away, feeling pretty darn stupid. Got some Ballistol. Put it on there. Tried freaking rubbing it out. Yeah, rubbing it out. No good. Excuse me. So I sprayed down Ballistol. Let it sit overnight. Nothing. No good. Stains are still there. So I emailed Mora, telling them the stupid thing that I had done. And the reply was, well, it's a carbon steel knife. We don't recommend cutting vegetables and fruits with carbon steel blades. He said, if what he recommended was getting some metal polish and polishing it out that way. And so I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, I'm going to cut a tomato and let it set with the tomato juices on it. And so now my Mora blade is stained. So yeah, I just need to get some metal polish and polish it out to bring back that beautiful, beautiful shine. But from what I understand is over time it'll get hazy anyways, and then the only part that'll be shiny will be the grind, from sharpening. But I'll also be taking this with me on my camping trip with my boy Grumpy. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Not nearly as excited as I am about my Condor Bushlore, but it's still pretty neat. So it'd be a good backup knife. I'll probably keep this in my pack. I don't know if I'll carry this one to my hip at all, but I'll definitely carry this in my pack. You never know when you might need an extra knife, or because right now this one is considerably sharper. I won't say a whole lot sharper, but considerably sharper than the Bushlore. So you never know when you might need a very sharp knife. So yeah, I'll do some testing with it, I guess. But for the mainly this, I guess for me will just be a backup knife. And I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who use this as their actual, backpacking, camping, hunting, utility knife in the woods. For me, right now, from what I see, it's a backup knife. So that's that. You guys already know, comes with this plastic sheath, drain hole, weep hole. It locks in securely. It's got this right here. If you're wearing I think they said overalls or something, your button will fit in there, snap up. You carry this on your chest. I guess over in Sweden and that part of the world, neck carry is pretty common. So there's that, my Mora Companion. Okay, now last of my blades that I own currently is my K-bar machete, Cutlass machete. It's still pretty dirty from the last time I went hunting. We used this pretty good for processing wood for a fire. This thing is not sharp at all. It pretty much smashed the wood. But I mean, I could put an edge on it. I just haven't done it. I need to clean it up anyhow. It's still got marks from the bark and all that. Said to me, this is a beater upper. This is, I want to say $50-$55, something like that. It might have been like $65, but I want to say it was around the $50 range, plus or minus. Depending on where you live, I guess. Said this right here is a freaking chopper. This is a freaking chopper. It's solid. This is one hefty piece of freaking steel. I carry this in my pack. Excuse me. I don't hardly ever keep this on my hip. I want to say one time I did, but that was because I was going out. I knew that the purpose of going out was to process firewood, so I kept it on my hip so I didn't have to keep it on my hand. It comes with this sheath right here. It's got a dangler, 2 clips. You really don't need this bottom one either, because it will go right in, right out. You don't need to unclip that one. In fact, it doesn't even need to freaking be there. It's probably there more for looks than anything else. This right here, tie it on your leg, keep it sturdy. Leather and I'm guessing leather covered Actually, no. It's more like leather on one side, freaking plastic, whatever, on the other side, covered in. Doesn't feel like nylon. It feels more like freaking cotton. But anyhow, yeah. This is my K-bar Cutlass blade machete, and said I need to do a little cleaning up on it. I know generally there's probably a bunch of you people thinking, God dang, this guy doesn't take care of his knives at all. You know what? I really don't. I'm horrible about it. But for not taking care of this knife in the 10, 11 years I've had it, it's in really good shape. This knife right here, said I've had this for 10 years. Really good shape. This knife right here, same thing, 10, 11 years. Really good shape. As far as I'm concerned, that goes to show how durable these blades are. I don't oil them regularly. I don't clean them regularly. I don't freaking do whatever it is you're supposed to do to your knives regularly. I know my guns, I'm supposed to clean those, every time I shoot. My knives, how do you do with the freaking knife? Wipe it down, put it in your pocket, call it good. That's what I do. And my knives have stood up to the test of time very well, I believe. So yeah, a lot of you guys are probably thinking, God dang, this guy doesn't take care of his knives for nothing. I don't. That's the honest truth. But like I said, look how good a shape they are still, they're still in. So yeah, it's a tool. I really don't know what else to say about that. I probably should take better care of them. I will definitely be taking very good care of this thing, though. Very good care of this thing. I love this knife. Ooh, text message. Alright. Anyhow, those are my, I said these are the knives that are currently in my collection. So, once again, we have CRKT, Crawford, Casper. We have the Kershaw Wildcat Ridge, Kershaw Skyline, Benchmade Torrent, SOG Ops, Ruko and Muela, whatever, I don't know, I don't remember what it's called. Mora Companion, Bushlore, Condor Bushlore, K-bar Baconmaker, K-bar Piggyback, and K-bar Cutlass machete. Those are the knives currently in my collection. Hopefully I never have to stop. I mean, I'm not a huge collector. I mean, up until recently, I had 3 of these blades. I've gotten the rest of these within the past year and a half. Like I said, I mean, you could probably tell I don't have the most knowledge about knives, blades, steels, grinds, freaking none of that. I'm still learning. I'm still learning on sharpening. I've enjoyed the sharpening that I have done. I've done a few of my knives, kitchen knives, a couple of my buddies' knives, had some great results with them. I've had some bad results with my kitchen knives. But I mean, I'm still learning and I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. So I just barely bought myself a leather belt so I can strap with. Excuse me. Hopefully that will produce some better results in my my knife sharpening. And said it's all about having fun and learning, and that's what I'm doing so far. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I appreciate it. This is Manuel again. You all have a good day. Thanks. Bye.